The contents of lecture number 9 are cube roots of unity, recognizing complex cube roots of unity as omega and omega square, properties of cube roots of unity, which includes complex cube roots of unity are squares of each other, and product of three cube roots is unity, means to say product of three cube roots is equal to 1. Complex cube roots of unity are reciprocal of each other, and lastly sum of cube roots of unity is 0. So our first content of today's lecture is cube roots of unity. Since we know that in terms of number unity stands for 1, so the cube root of unity means we are going to find out the cube root of 1. Let x be the cube root of unity. Since we know that the cube root in terms of exponent can be written as 1 divided by 2. So if we are supposing x as the cube root of unity, symbolically we will write it as x is equal to 1 to the power 1 divided by 3. We will have to convert the exponent from the fractional term into the simple term, and for this we will have to raise the power equal to the denominator of the fraction. Here the denominator of the fraction in the exponent is 3, so we will have to raise the power to 3. That is, taking cube on both sides, we get x to power 3 is equal to 1 power 1 divided by 3 whole power 3. This 1 divided by 3 and 3 will cancel out each other, and we will be left with x cube is equal to 1. Shifting 1 towards the other side, we get x cube minus 1 is equal to 0. Now x cube is the cube of x, and we know that 1 is the cube of itself, so we can further simplify it as x cube minus 1 cube is equal to 0. It is similar to a cube minus b cube, so we can use the formula of a cube minus b cube to simplify it further. That is, x minus 1 into x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Since a cube minus b cube is equal to a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. Now applying the possibility, we get x minus 1 is equal to 0, or x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. Taking x minus 1 is equal to 0, we get x is equal to 1. So the first cube root of unity is 1. Now taking x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0, we can easily observe over here that x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0 is the quadratic equation in terms of x. But we cannot solve it by using the factorization method, so we will have to solve it by using the quadratic formula. So let's start with the comparison. A is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, and that of c is equal to 1. Putting the values in the quadratic formula, we just get x is equal to minus 1 plus minus under root 1 square minus 4 into 1 whole divided by 2 into 1. We just get x is equal to minus 1 plus minus under root minus 3 whole divided by 2. Here we have the negative sign underneath the radical, which indicates that it would be an imaginary number, since we know that if we have a negative number underneath the radical sign, its resultant is always an imaginary number. So it will be x is equal to minus 1 plus minus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2. We can take these terms separately as positive and negative terms. Then it will become x is equal to minus 1 plus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2 and minus 1 minus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2. So in this way we have the two complex cube roots. We know that the number which includes the imaginary part as well as the real part are considered as complex numbers, or even if it contains only imaginary part, then also we consider it as a complex number. So here we have iota, which indicates that it is the complex number, but positive and negative sign indicates that these two values are the complex conjugate of each other. You have already studied the complex conjugate in chapter number 2 of class 9th. That is, if 2 plus 3 iota is the number, then its conjugate will be 2 minus 3 iota. So similarly, if here one number is minus 1 plus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2, then the other number will be its conjugate, that is minus 1 minus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2. So the three cube roots of unity are 1, that we just found after taking x minus 1 is equal to 0, and minus 1 plus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2, and minus 1 minus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2, both are the complex conjugate of each other and are the two other cube roots of unity which we just found by separating the positive and negative values from here. So we have the three cube roots of unity as 1, minus 1 plus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2, and minus 1 minus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2. So these are the three cube roots of unity. Next is the turn of our content number 2, that is recognizing complex cube roots of unity as omega and omega square. As we have just found the two complex cube roots of unity as minus 1 plus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2 and minus 1 minus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2. These were the complex cube roots of unity. So we are going to recognizing them as omega and omega squares. As we recognize under root minus 1 as iota, similarly these two cube roots of unity will be recognized as omega and omega square. The complex cube roots of unity are minus 1 plus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2 and minus 1 minus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2. If we name any one of these as omega, that is pronounced as omega, then the other one is omega square. Now it's up to us which one out of these two are we going to take as equal to omega. If we are going to take this one as equal to omega, then this one will be considered as equal to omega square. So if omega is equal to minus 1 plus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2, then omega square is equal to minus 1 minus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2. We will definitely prove it in the properties, but for now just remember that if one of these complex cube roots of unity are taken as omega, the other one will be considered as omega square. That is, if omega is equal to minus 1 minus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2, then omega square will be minus 1 plus iota under root 3 whole divided by 2.